Caucus. Oh, politics.
What is this?
Today's video. It's a New Hampshire primary today. So guess what? You're in for a treat. Another episode of
PRESi-DUMB 103.
103 because it's 102. You got it. Today is the New Hampshire primary for politics. This year's politics. God, I wish it was a caucus. I could say caucus over and over again. So the people in New Hampshire are gonna vote for who they want for president. I think that's how it works. And I thought, hey, I've been watching all the debates. I've been watching the town halls. So maybe if you're from New Hampshire and you're watching this and you're undecided, I can help you out. Let's start with the Republicans. First off, we have Ben Carson. I don't know if anybody saw the debates. This is why it's so great watching it live, because you get to see stuff like this happen.
Dr. Ben Carson.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz.
This is very confusing to me because it was like Ben Carson always has his hands like this, like he's ready to perform surgery, like being like scalpel, but then like he can't walk onto a stage right. So it's like, what if we were like, Canada's bombing us, Canada's bombing us, and Ben Carson's just kind of standing there like his like chief of staff is like, yo, go, you have to help, you have to do something, and he's like, oh god, I was laugh crying at this. Does he think like he's at the Oscars and he's like boycotting the Oscars by not going on stage? I don't get it. Plus for him though is I don't think he embellishes. I don't think he lies about what he's saying. I don't really listen to what he's saying, but maybe he does embellish and like you just don't notice because his voice is just like Next choice for Republicans, Donald Trump. You know, Gilmore Girls is coming back and their theme song's like, in me, I will follow. Never thought that would be Donald Trump because followed what Ben Carson was doing. And if that was any foreshadow into how Donald was going to perform during the debate on Saturday, he was quiet, he was like boring. I mean, I get it now. Like, I get what his shtick has been all this time because this Donald Trump, no.
Former Florida Governor Jeb Bush.
Like, what? Okay. He did get booed by the audience. He was fighting the audience. So if that's who you want, someone to fight their own people, Donald's the man for you. Up next, we have John Kasich. I feel like it's Kesh? No, it's Kasich. Dude's still here. I was like, bro, he's like that little engine that could. Props to him. I'm gonna tell you, I dig this guy. I dig him because during the debate, he broke down what he was gonna do his first 100 days in office, as opposed to some of the candidates up on that stage who would say, on my first day of office, I promise you that I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. Like they promised, you know, automatically you're a liar. Because you know what? I lived in Washington, D.C. during inauguration of Barack Obama. Let me tell you, that's a busy day. There's no way you can be able to do anything on your first day. I mean, there's millions of people, the metro's crowded, you're like outside, there's like a Bible and like people like the White House or the Capitol, wherever it is. You're not gonna have time to build a wall then or whatever. So don't lie. John Kasich, you're doing good. Keep it up. Next, Ted Cruz. I don't know how we came from my very first tweet saying, hey Raphael, to this. I'm not a fan, like at all. My main thing, Ted Cruz did during the debate on Saturday was he stole Donald Trump's idea. Like just blatantly stole it. They asked him about immigration and he said, I'm gonna build a wall. And he was dead serious, like he had just come up with that. All of America watching, that whole auditorium, the candidates, everybody kind of went silent like, is this guy being for real right now? Did he just say that? He basically plagiarized in front of his source. I think he noticed it too because he was like, of course, you know, I'll ask Donald to build it. Come on, dude, stop. Next, Jeb Bush. God, I wish his name was Jebediah. Jeb Bush is my J-Law. If like Jennifer Lawrence's entire family was like mysteriously killed in a bus crash 2 weeks ago, you just feel like your heart aches for him. You know, you just feel bad. You're like, Jeb, you seem like such a level-headed, like, you're cool, like, you can do it, you know, do the Kasich, just keep on trucking. Marco Polo Rubio. This is why I love watching these debates live, because when you watch something live, you know that if you're seeing a clip of it later on, it's not edited to spin in a certain way or not. To watch somebody get attacked by a Cookie Monster and gets so flustered he repeats himself verbatim 4 times in a row. Like the first time he says, Barack Obama knows exactly what he's doing. I'm like, alright, where's this going? He gets attacked by the Cookie Monster. He's like, Barack Obama knows exactly what he's doing. Cookie Monster attacks him again. I'm saying, you're proving my point. Does it again. Barack Obama knows what he's doing. And one more for good measure, Barack Obama knows what he's doing. Your mind is like blown. You're like, this cannot be happening right now. Are we watching somebody malfunction live on TV right now? And now let's talk about the Cookie Monster that I previously mentioned. Christie. Chris Christie destroyed him. Destroyed Rubio. Oh, it was so awesome to watch. I was so impressed. Chris Christie basically had Rubio on the ground, and then Rubio was kind of like flailing his legs, trying to kick at him and be like, well, no, listen, what you did during Winter Storm Jonas, you didn't want to go back to Jersey. You wanted to stay on the campaign. And I saw the point that he was trying to make. I saw where he was trying to go. I feel like a lot of people from Jersey that were probably watching, it was like, yo, he's gonna, but he was so far gone and down that the people that could support him on like his Jersey, the Storm thing, were kind of like, oh no, I can't even, you know what, you're on your own, bro. You're on your own. Good Samaritan law? No way, I'm over it. Chris Christie got his point across, and you know what? That would have been awesome if he just stopped there and just didn't say a word the rest of the debate. But he did. He kept talking, and he kept looking into the camera. I look into the camera, but like, I'm adorkable when I do it. Like, Chris Christie looks into it. He's like, listen, America, everyone's out to get us. You're gonna die. You need me as your president. Everybody's gonna bomb us. They're bombing us right now. Do you hear that outside your door? That's probably a bomb. Vote for me. And now for the Democrats in New Hampshire that don't know who they're gonna vote for. Let's start off with Bernie Sanders. He's so passionate. Like, he's just like a real breath of fresh air, which is very odd to use the word fresh with Bernie Sanders when that guy is old as Like, a real positive for me though, if he was the presidential candidate for the Democrats, that definitely equaled more Larry David screen time on SNL. And I'm a diehard Larry David fan. Do you respect Wood? Bernie's gotta get off that progressive stuff. Like, they had a debate last week and it was mainly a lot of that. Everything's basically progressive now, Bernie. Netflix is reviving Gilmore Girls. That's progressive. That Zika virus that get bit by a mosquito, you get it. It's technically now an STD because you can get it through sexual contact. That's progressive. So, let's move on. And then finally, Hillary. I mean, come on, to have the first female president, it's so cool. You know, she has experience. She was in the White House when her husband was president. She was Secretary of State. I still don't know which state, but it was a state. The one thing with their debate was they asked about Goldman Sachs. She did these speeches where she made like high 6 figures, and they asked about the transcripts, and she's like, I'm gonna have to check on that if they'll release them. Why are you gonna have transcripts if they're not gonna get released? Like, what are you hiding? What did you tell these Goldman Sachs people? Like, the only thing I can think of that she doesn't want out there is like her and the executives were doing lines of blow off each other. Like, what could it possibly be? So there you have it. It's today's video. So New Hampshireans, New Hampshireites, New Hampshireites, newsies need a fine life. My predictions. I think my predictions for the Republicans, I think Mitt Romney's gonna win. Mitt Romney's not, he's not, don't know what you got till it's gone. So, I think, Kasich, I think Kasich is gonna, I don't know. I'm throwing in the wild card. I don't know. Kasich for the Republicans. For the Democrats, I think Bernie's gonna win it. I don't know, balls in your court. Go with God. This has been
PRESi-DUMB 103.
It's Kasich. I get it. It's Kasich. I get it. Let's not. I get it. It's Kasich. Today's video is. Yeah. Ooh. Side note, Goldman Sachs, for a while I thought it was just like a big jewelry conglomerate like Kay's Jeweler or something. It's not. It's like money or something.